So I want to do a little disclaimer before I actually go into the intro that there's still construction going on right now, and my kids and my husband are downstairs and they are having a blast, so they're going to be pretty loud. So if you hear any noises, I do apologize for that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the intro. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is GEREL Matta. Today we're going to be doing the second round using the Safari palette by NATASHA Denona. So I already did my first look using this palette as well as swatches, and I gave you a little bit of my thoughts on the palette. So if you have not seen that video, I will link it somewhere up here just in case you are interested. Today I'm going to be using 5 of the shades that I have not used. I do want to stick to the blue shades and the kind of stone shades, but I do want to mix it a little bit with the warm tones. So yeah, that is my thoughts. That's what I have in mind. Hopefully everything comes together at the end. So yeah, I'm really excited to actually dig into this palette again and create another look. So if you are interested in that, please keep on watching. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And without further ado, let's get on to the video.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I want you. Used to pay my life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool.
So I'm putting this shade really just above the crease, and this is going to be our transition shade. So I'm putting it not on the crease but right above it. If it falls on the crease, it's okay. I'm going to add a Desert Date. And I'm going to go right under Aya, and I'm using a Sigma E25 brush. Going back with Aya and just blending those edges. And this one is a Sigma E35 brush. Using a Sigma E58, I'm going to go into Stone, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to start placing that shade in the inner corner. Going back with Desert Date, I'm just going to make sure this line doesn't disappear. We're going to put another color right here and a different color right here. So I'm going to be using 3 shades on our lid. We're going to go into Rhino, which is this shade right here. So going with a pencil brush, I'm going to go back into Stone. Now, the only thing about these 2 shades is that they do have a little bit more of a kickback compared to the shades that I used on the last tutorial. I don't know if you can see it. So just going with a pencil brush, and I'm going to blend these 2 together. And I'm using Stone to do that. Now going back with the E58 brush and some of the Rhino shade that I have. Going to do the same thing. Okay, so once you start building up those 2 shades, and just make sure that they are nice and blended together, just tap. Little zigzag motions, barely touch them, just so you can blend them together. Obviously they're not going to be perfect. I am not perfect at all, so I try to make them look as close as possible. So the last shade that I'm going to be using is Fata Morgana, which is right here, and it does have some kickback as well. So I just want to start little by little. So So very tiny little circles. So place the color, pack it on, and then tiny little circles so you can blend it together. That shade is beautiful. This is so pretty. And it's not pushing into the shade, it's not separating or making any weird holes or anything like that. This is gorgeous. So with this brush right here, I'm going to go back into that blue, deep blue shade, and I'm just going to make sure that it's right there. So I'm going back with the Desert Date, and I'm just adding that orangey shade and just trying to blend the edges of this one just so it's not too harsh. There's not a lot of fallout for these shades right here, but there's a lot of kickback on the pan. I've been blowing on it because it drives me crazy to see it like that. So, but yeah, just so you know. Because this is like a mess and a half. I always grab I really don't care about that, and that is the reason why I actually do my face, my eyes first and not my face, just in case I do have some fallout. And I'm going to just clean it up and create the shape that I'm actually going to do. So I'm not going to go too close to my lower lash line. Like that. So that is how I clean it up. I'm going to do the rest of my face brows, and I'll be right back so we can finish the lower lashes. So yeah, I do have some glue right now drying on my lashes. So if you see some whiteness, that is the glue. And I'm going to go into Desert Date, and I'm going to really just bring this down. All right, I forgot. I actually want to use the Torch eyeliner on my waterline, and this is by Urban Decay. And going back with Desert Date. I'm going to take the blue. I'm going to go into Stone. And just making it meet with the blue shade. So just adding some mascara on my lower lashes. So using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Radiant Bronze Light. While this is being cleaned up a little bit, I'm going to go into highlighter, and I'm going to be using the Peach Glow by Laura Geller. I'm going to go into the same highlighter, and I'm going to add a little inner corner highlight right here.
go so fast, all tied up like a captive.
So I had some glue and I decided to pick it out, and like it took the whole entire eyeshadow. For blush, I'm using the Urban Decay Indecent. So for my lips, I'm going to line them with the ColourPop Taurus lip liner, and for lipstick, I'm going to be using the shade Quickie, also by ColourPop. So spraying everything with Urban Decay All Nighter. Okay, so this is the final look. Alright, been wearing a top all this time, just in case you were wondering. So now I'm going to let you know what I think about the shades that I use today. So let's start with the positive. All right, so Aya and Desert Date, amazing shades. These are the two shades that I used right here, the orangey shade and this peachy shade. I think they blended super nice. There was a little kickback, but not as much compared to the ones that I used later on, which is the darker shades. Now Stone, I love that shade. I did not know I was going to like it so much until I actually saw it in my eyes. I think it is such a beautiful shade, and especially with the contrast of the warmer shade. I really like that type of look, so definitely a plus on that shade. There was not a lot of kickback on that shade either. There was some, but not so much. So just to keep you aware, there's definitely not a lot of fallout on any of the shades, and not a lot of kickback. So those three shades, amazing. So the eyeshadow that I did really have a hard time with, definitely had a hard time with, and I will try it again because I want to see if it was my technique today. So many things going around. I don't know exactly what it was, but definitely the one that gave me such a hard time was Rhino in this green, deep green shade right here. And it was just really hard to work with. Not because it was blending out, it was just making like little kind of circles. I don't know if you can see it right there. There is, and that has nothing to do with the glue. I don't know if you can see it, but there is like a little dot right there that it just was not sticking to my eyelid at all, and it was just like creating little dots. It was just crazy. It was just doing some crazy stuff that I've never experienced myself, so it was a little bit hard to work with for sure. Now the darker shade here, this blue, it is such a beautiful color. I think that if I would have not used it along with Rhino, I think it would have performed so good. But because I was blending it with Rhino, it was just making it look so crazy. In the beginning, it was blending so beautifully, and then the more I kept on applying Rhino just to blend them together, it was just creating this kind of weirdness, like kind of dot. It was just not sticking. It was not creating a really nice smooth color. It was making little dots in my eyelid. It was just so crazy. I think it had to do with Rhino. So I'm going to definitely try those two shades separately. I'm not going to like try them together to see if they actually perform a little bit differently. So I will keep you posted on that. But the blue shade, I really love it, and I think it was doing so well, and then Rhino came into the picture. So we'll see about that one. So I did apply that shade on my lower lashes, and it did so well by itself without Rhino. So I think I think Rhino is the issue here. So yeah, Rhino gave me, I'm gonna keep on saying, if I say Rhino one more time, stone, man, that really, like, looking at it, it's just like so pretty to me. That color is so nice against my skin tone, and obviously it's not an everyday look. It's not for you to go to I don't know, your teacher conference meeting or something like that, unless you're okay with that, of course, you know, you do you. But I just wanted to get creative, and this is the look that I came out with, really like bold in your face, and that's why I wanted to keep everything peachy and like very nudie, and like very like soft on the skin, because the eyes are just saying way too much. So out of the 10 shades that I've used so far, 9 of them are performing amazing and 1 of them are not so good. So we will try it again. We're not going to say its name anymore because we already know who it is. Rhino. So yeah, that shade really made me work today. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Remember that this palette is a limited edition palette, and those little words right there gets us all the time. So just really think about it. Think about if you're going to be able to use this palette. Is it going to complement your collection? So, you know, just think about it, and I hope that I am helping you in any kind of way possible to make a really smart choice. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time. Bye.